What is up, guys, and welcome, as you see in the title, the 30th race I have ever been a part of. There was another one that was probably worse, but that race was so bad it got canceled, and it didn't really turn out to be a race. This actually finished. We did the full race, and then towards the end it kind of settled, sorta. This race was an absolute joke. It was so bad after this. The league got shut down, and this was round one. This was supposed to be sort of like a league for people that are part of teams, like community esports teams, and it just did not. For some reason, the people that came decided to just act a fool. Just typical toxic community. So it was really unfortunate to see, because the people here were fast. They had really good pace, but for nothing, because people weren't driving clean, and got to a point where I almost wanted to take somebody out on purpose. It was absolute crazy. So you see here, I'm on my quali lap, and I kind of messed up my ERS management. It could have been a little better. You don't really want to get to the deploy use as I did here, but ended up starting P10 right in the middle, so not too bad. Don't really get a really good launch. I kind of end up getting boxed in, and people for some reason were ghosting, but I kind of get boxed in. I try to go down the inside, lost a few positions there. You see people already bumping into each other, and I just lost a ton of positions. Yeah, it was really bad start on my part. Decent quali, horrendous start. Try to go down the inside, but yeah, you see there, it's just complete chaos. This is a league race. It almost felt like an open lobby. The Haas just spins all by himself there, I believe. Just absolute craziness. You see the Haas goes down the inside, and for the most part, I felt some people were trying to be clean. As you see there, I actually raced for him in another league, ERS, where you guys see me race, and he's never been like a dirty driver, and you see he sent it down the inside and did it fairly clean. So but as you see, kind of people are just all over the place, pushing each other off. You see the Alpine try to send it down the inside, ended up rear-ending me. Then you got the Red Bull on my left, just barging his way through. It was pretty hectic. It was pretty hectic start. I'm currently running P13, going side by side with the Red Bull, try to retake the position, try to fight him as much as possible, but at the same time, we can't lose DRS to these guys up front. And I have to make sure that we stay within DRS. You see there, he kind of just hits the side of me. Yeah, it was kind of annoying. It was kind of hard to keep it together, but I did, and I ended up finishing, which I'm glad I did. But yeah, this was just basically a one-off race. Yeah, so we had the early safety car and the chaos right now. So the Red Bull, I don't think he knew, but he didn't have his ERS on, and I go down the inside, and he tries to defend a little, but I'm not sure if he was aware his ERS was off. And I go down the inside. I kind of end up climbing the curb, unsettle the car, and then I end up losing an extra position to the Alpine, and I was just in this back foot for the first few laps. The starting was just horrendous. As you see, all these people in the back have 10-second penalties. Somebody up front, there was an incident, but nothing to do with it. And once again, against the Red Bull, he goes to the left, I go to the right, I send it down the inside. Not the cleanest overtake. There's no damage done, but like I said, I had made up in my mind I had to just kind of drive like a jerk here. As you see, he tries to do a payback, runs deep. I go further switch back, which does kind of work, but you see that he's just trying to push me off at that point. Like, doesn't care. So I just back out of it, lose an extra position to the McLaren, and then the McLaren started being extremely weird himself later on, as you're gonna see. And we have our Aston Martin spun around. Yeah, this race was just absolute chaos. So he had his ERS off, and he was slowing down for whatever reason. He kept constantly braking. I don't know why. If you ever see this guy in a league race or 5-lapper, just take him out. Just kind of a jerk. As you see there, I don't know why he was doing that. Look at how much time we lost to the guy in P11. We lost almost like 2 seconds. Then you clearly see he's slowing down there. He slows down, and then it seems like he tries to take out Ashton. Ashton runs him off the track. Just absolute chaos. Then that same Ashton spins out by himself. Lap 9, we got another safety car. It was just absolutely ridiculous. And then I go to box. My teammate has 20 seconds of penalties, so I lose all my track position while he's serving the first penalty. Of course, we're not in communication or anything, so there's no way of knowing, and I did have to box. So yeah, it was really, really unfortunate. So lost all that track position, and now we're in the back once again. We are in the hards. You see, I had to cut the corner. I'm surprised I didn't get a 10-second penalty or even a warning for that, but had to take some avoiding procedures there. And then as we continue, people are just fighting hard, going wheel to wheel. Super aggressive stuff, but I was trying to hang it and was able to keep that position from Seb. Liago's disconnected, and then Seb decides to spin me around for an overtake. So yeah, I was not shocked when it happened. I wasn't even too mad. If you want to watch this race, it's actually streamed completely. If you want to see the whole thing with no cuts or anything, it's on one of my streams. I don't even remember the name of the league, but yeah, still kind of just barely hanging on. P16 out of 18 people left now from the 20 that started. But yeah, I just had to keep it together because I know these people were just driving crazy. So it was just more about keeping a clean race and just surviving at this point. Where you see the McLaren and the RB are just punting each other to the side, like just craziness. Almost losing DRS to the cars up front, and now you see they're pushing because you see the RB has pretty strong straight line speed, and then McLaren outbrakes him. The RB just zero standards. It was just zero racing standards whatsoever. But I'm glad that McLaren was back there. Lap 14, we have another safety car. This time I don't get stuck behind my teammate serving a 10-second penalty, so that's good for me. Here I end up in a 4-way battle that completely made me lose a lot of time. As you see, the front group starts to run away as I'm stuck behind these serial killers here. And just trying to basically not get taken out, and then 2 other guys get taken out, so now there's 5 of us here, and we are currently 4 wide, as you see there, coming into the last turn. And I really thought this was the end of the race for me, but I managed it with no warning. Again, another shock. The game was being generous with the warnings with me during this race. But yeah, we went almost 4 wide, I believe, almost 3 or 4 wide. It was crazy. And then here we're just all fighting pretty hard. I'm trying my best to keep this position, but not do nothing crazy because I know they just would rather take me out than leave room. So there goes the McLaren, almost kills the other McLaren, but surprisingly he didn't. Almost tries to kill me, but here's where I thought it was over, and then bam, spun round. And this is when I really thought about cutting the corner and just taking him out at this point, because this was unacceptable at this point. But again, this league ended up closing down, so, and for a good reason. All these guys, just a majority of them, just have no respect for anybody's time or anything. So not surprising. But yeah, now currently running P9, just basically surviving. 14 people left at this point. just overtook the Alpine there. And next it was another RB. My pace was looking pretty strong. The people were in hard. I ended up boxing again for mediums, and my pace was actually getting it done to make some solid moves. So it was pretty good. Now 5 laps to go. People up front have 3-second penalties. One actually DNF'd all by himself. He ended up losing the car. Right here you see a Mercedes and you see another Mercedes. Both Mercedes were out. So now 12 people left. I'm number 5. Car up front pits for whatever reason, decided to pit. So now running P4, and then you see there Haas spun around, and now I'm running P3 with 1 lap to go, and I am breaking the DRS to the car behind, which I did, and I end up coming P3. 10 people finish out of 20. Absolute crazy, super dirty race. Let me know what you think that in the comments. Leave a like if you like the video. Subscribe to the channel, helps me out a ton. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you don't miss my live stream, so hit that bell. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.